Happy Mother's Day. Hello, beautiful, vibrant souls. We have some messages here from Spirit or perhaps our Divine Mother. I say this with all of the love that another mother can muster. Quit being your own worst enemy. Quit sabotaging everything that you're doing. It isn't so much that there are people out there that are putting you in situations where you have to deal with it, as you tolerate these situations, you tolerate these people, you don't put firm boundaries down, and then when things take place, you find yourself in another position where you have to clean up the mess, where you're taking responsibility for situations that have unfolded, and then you go, well, poor me. It's not poor you. It's make better choices. Think about what you're doing. Has hanging out with those specific people ever led to anything positive? Has it added to your life in any beneficial way? And if it has not, then maybe it's time to step back. Has going above and beyond for specific people in specific situations ever led to something paying off in a way that felt fulfilling? Not necessarily that you got something out of it, but did it feel good at the end? Or did you go, man, I just wish I would have never gotten involved with that? Because it feels like you're putting yourselves in these situations and then it comes down on you hard. They betray you, they turn away from you, they stab you in the back, and then you go, well, poor me. Poor you is leaving your back exposed. Why did you do that? Stop doing that. You don't have to do that for people. So then we have our Magus. Everything that you need to accomplish your goals, you have at your disposal. If you would quit using those tools for everyone else and for all of their messiness, okay? You're ready to take on new opportunities. You're ready to learn. You're ready to put yourself in a position to grow, to progress, to evolve. So stop looking at what else is going on in that other room and focus what's going on in front of you. Go sit at the front of the classroom, get your books out, get your pen ready, and start taking notes. Act as if this is what you want because you've already got everything that you need. You just need the focus and the motivation and the inspiration, and you need to put blinders on so you don't see what else is going on over there. That ain't your business no more, okay? Stay focused. I guess we're doing some tough love today. It's Mother's Day, so you're going to hear it from a mom. Um, get organized. Please clean out that closet. Please clean out the call list. Please clean out your emails. Tending to the small things is about tying up loose ends so that you can walk away from these situations that no longer serve you because you're being called to something greater. You're being called to do something that you feel is like such an important part of who you are, and it's going to be an integral part of you discovering your real purpose here on earth, and you're still like barely able to find that shirt that you were looking for. You got to get it together. You got to clean up the mess. And it's all a part. And we've got our activated earth. So this is trusting your intuition, trusting the ley lines, right? And then we've got loosen your grip. What you're struggling to walk away from is something that has become so much a part of your life that it feels as though walking away from it is going to be painful. I'm hearing that you're addicted to fixing other people instead of yourself. You're addicted to broken people. This is a people pleasing tendency that comes from learning how to neglect your own needs very early on. And it's time for us to break that habit. Now, it is painful. That doesn't mean that it is an actual addiction. This is not a chemical addiction that we're talking about in the same way that we're talking about substance abuse. We're talking about um, serotonin and dopamine addiction. You get what you feel most satisfied from uh, doing these things that you should be doing for yourself. And I assure you, it might not feel that way at first, but it does at some point. You start to feel a great satisfaction for taking steps in your own life and making these big changes. It requires some sacrifice. You have to get rid of the things that call you back into the old you. So, yeah, sometimes we are starting over a little bit. Um, and if you feel like you need support and you need help, you should be reaching out for it. But I'm getting this feeling that you can't do that because you haven't started the process. And you first have to accept it and then you have to take the steps for it. So it's like if you're going to prepare to quit smoking, you have to get your tools ready and you have to get your mind ready. Same thing. You got to get started to get started. So some of you are going to be asked to step up into a role that requires a lot more responsibility than perhaps you thought you were ready to take on. There's some changes that are about to take place. You're getting whispers and maybe visions of them, and you're telling yourself that that's not going to take place. Spirit is saying you absolutely are. This has to do with you taking leadership. Leadership, it might come with a promotion and a raise. That's not the important part. The important part is that people look at you for guidance. They look at you because they feel confident that you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're not only honest about it, but you know how to figure out what to do next. That's a type of leadership that people really, really feel confident in. They are going to follow that type of leadership. You don't have to have a title to be a leader. You have to be the type of person that can make decisions and feel confident in them. And you have to have this kind of rationality and logic to figure out what the right decision is and be able to defend why it's the right decision. And if you don't know, you're also the type of person that says, I don't know, but let's figure this out. And you know where to look. And you just like have these inclinations of how to figure stuff out that other people don't have. So you might not have the title. You might not have the promotion. You might not have that job, but people still look at you as the person who knows how to figure it out and how to get it done. You're the leadership. That terrifies you. You are afraid of that. You are absolutely terrified. And this is our have faith. You didn't end up this way because you weren't capable. You ended up this way because you are capable. And maybe it feels like there's no point to it. Like, well, if I can't get what I need here, then I have to go somewhere else. And then you might find out that you're invaluable. You start to go somewhere else, and those people say, no, don't, please, no, no. What does it take? You don't know what's going to happen unless you have faith that being who you are and being good at what you're good at leads you exactly where you need to be. So you just need to trust that process and do what feels right. Follow your instincts like you have been. That's how people started following you. And you'll see the pathway open up for you. It'll be clear. Any blessing.